I am not a deck collector. I have 22 tarot and oracle decks in my collection. And I wonder if you will think that 22 is a collection. But I have made a promise to myself to stop buying decks after I created my own. And that was in 2020. Although since then my collection has expanded a little due to gifts from lovely friends, I have stopped. But that doesn't make me a collector other genres that I have a passion for. I would just like to show you some of them and how probably you can appreciate some with me as well. I am a collector of anime figurines, having 5 in your home as a collection. So this is the most expensive one in my collection, and it costs about 200 Singapore dollars. But I love this because of the workmanship. Can see how the hair, how is it, sculpted, and how there's a kind of a sheen and translucent color to it. This figurine is from The Land of the Lashes, which is a sci-fi anime series that has some Buddhism elements in it. And this was one of the most memorable scenes in the show itself. I love the workmanship, and although I do not take it up to show other people, I am very proud of this. And I collect a lot of art books. Although I've stopped now, this doesn't mean that I don't get tempted, because there are a lot of talented artists out in the world. So this was from DeviantArt, where many artists came together to do a not-for-profit art book featuring animals, and the proceeds went to an animal for some wildlife organization. And it's this art book that cautioned me not to buy collaboration tarot decks, because while I love the cover and I love some of the artwork inside, there were a lot more that weren't up to my standard, since I do art. And I bought some art books from artists that I follow on art websites, such as from the Japanese art website Pivix, or I do not know how it's pronounced. I bought this because I love watercolor art, and I have a weakness for abstract and landscapey sort of art. But it also cautioned me against buying a lot of things from overseas, because to have this book delivered to me using a third party and buying directly from Japan itself, the shipping cost was a little bit more than the cost of the book itself. And from what is a otaku or a weeb, even though I find both of these terms not very nice, without an art book from a mangaka in her collection. So there are a lot of traditional art and a lot of digital art in this book. All of my art book taught me how to look for symbolism in tarot decks easily. Even though it doesn't mean much to someone else, to me, I will find meaning to put in for each symbol. I do collect a lot of books. I love fantasy and sci-fi, and I find that books such as this series from her, the Young Wizard series, taught me a lot on how to perceive the tarot art as a game of life. I love the way she writes, and I'll try to incorporate the way I talk to my clients about their predictions in the poetic way in which she writes. And because I do not have a lot of space in my home. I have been trying to move towards ebooks. And then I do collect a lot of magazine articles, newspaper articles, and a lot of pictures as well from newspaper, although I did have to give it out when I moved house. So one of the articles that has stayed with me, this article itself is about 10 years, is from the New Scientist magazine from my school. So I printed out this article because I love it so much. It is called What is Consciousness? So being somebody who has a lot of pessimism, it is very hard to feel that life is worth living sometimes. And it is this kind of articles that make me think much more outside of what I see, think outside of what is material, to find meaning in my life. I would like to believe that a discussion such as this helped me in empathizing with my clients and my friends more. I also collect some crystals, although I have also stopped because I know that the crystal industry is not as good as we thought it is. People can be exploited for their efforts. Sometimes I wonder if this practice is really very sustainable for the environment. That said, I am very grateful for all the crystals that have come into my life. Make a decision to stop, and it is very easy to not be tempted because I know that I'm not able to own all the sorts of crystals that are available in the world. All this adds to my experience of tarot and hopefully to the people I read for. What are some of the things that you collect that make you appreciate the tarot more? Share with me in the comments below. Bye.